Hello everyone, it's 10 Types here, and today I'm going to be showing off some gameplay footage of my Boltund V deck. And this is a very powerful deck that focuses, of course, on Boltund V and Flaaffy. And it is just super powerful. It uses Electrify to power up your board and then hit hard with Bolt Storm. And as you see, we want to go second with the deck, which is quite nice as well. Overall, the deck's very solid because it just can hit really hard as a two-riser, and with Cape of Toughness, hopefully tank a hit. I'm not 100% sure what we're against here. I am Moltres, so Moltres, maybe Urge here. It could be some other Moltres deck as well. But okay, so they have a weak turn one, which is obviously clearly very good for us. So we just attach a Speed Lightning to our active. We see just an insane hand here. We can play down this other Boltund, quick ball away this Lightning. Get ourselves, we pressed a couple of Mareep, but that should be okay. Get rid of the Mareep. And we can probably get rid of this switch as well. Or sorry, play down the Mareep, get rid of the switch. But you see that we can just play all these cards to just get our board set up so well. And then we have 3 energy in play at turn 1, which isn't crazy. That's pretty much what the deck's meant to do. Turn 1 Electrify, similar to the P-Crom decks, but just get all this energy in play to deal all this damage. So we do have 1 Lightning in the discard as well to be put into play with our Flaaffy, which is already in our hand. We could have Professor's Research there. There was essentially no reason to do so because our hand was already so powerful. It's not like we had any more Reaps in deck to get anyways, so just sticking with this hand is pretty solid. If they somehow do manage to knock us out, which honestly I don't think they can, I don't think they have any way of doing that, we can just use the Raihan, but I can't imagine this happening here. So we see a research by them, and it looks like this is a Victini Moltres Chinchino list, or something along the lines of that. You see them power themselves up with our Flame Wings. I'll be using an Aura Burn attack. And a quick ball away another dark, grabbing themselves. So yeah, Victini. So Victini Chinchino Moltres, they clearly got some consistency issues in this game in particular, with a bunch of moving parts, but the deck's pretty interesting. However, we should be relatively good in this matchup, and probably favored, because they won't be one-shotting us with the Victini or the Moltres, because we have the Cape. If we don't have Cape, though, they can one-shot us with Victini. Okay, so we just see some honestly insane hand. Insane top deck as well. We have double Flaaffy. We can just Professor's Research as well. We're looking, honestly, we could have kept the switch around, but I feel okay with our choice. Yeah, we just found energy. The only reason we would have wanted to keep the switch is if we missed that, but we found it. So we get down another Boltund. We can Dynamotor right to that. And we have Cape of Toughness that we could play down. I don't see any reason to right now. I feel like there's no reason to play the level ball, so we can just Bolt Storm here for some pretty sizable damage. And in fact, I believe, yes, that puts them at 190. So if they choose to attack us, they kill themselves, which is good for us. Not too good for them, though. But that's quite nice. And we see they have a Victini, 0 energy on that, so fighting no threat to us. One thing that's interesting about this deck, obviously the speed lightning energy is very powerful, allowing you to draw cards. However, it cannot be used with the Flaaffys to be accelerated, or the Boltund, in fact, to be accelerated with Electrify. So you need to figure out the right balance. Pretty much 4 speed lightning energy is very good, especially because all the Pokemon in this deck here are lightning. However, you want to be careful, and after this Boltund gets KO'd, for example, we can't accelerate the energy, unfortunately. However, that's not like particularly bad. You just need to be hitting for a sizable amount of damage each turn. Nothing crazy though. And you see them quick follow away another Darkness Energy, grab themselves another Victini, which is, I believe that was a Victini. So they are just probably, okay, so we get Marnied, unfortunately, which is the reason we could have played the Cape of Toughness. But I feel okay with our decisions there. We hit a not too great hand here, but not that bad either. But we just see them attack into us, probably with a multi-strike. Level balling for a Swablu. Okay, so this plays a lot of moving pieces. They have the, honestly, I'm not sure which Altair that is. Probably the one that searches out supporters and puts them on top of the deck, but it could be the one that walls, or it could even be a combination of both. We want to keep that in the back of our minds, though we can two-shot with Flaaffy, so it's not a particularly big deal. Here we see them attach an energy themselves with Dire Flame Wings. So we might see a retreat here. Yes, we do. And so they're going to Spreading Flames, accelerating one energy, probably to themselves. Yep. So we're completely fine with that. Now we see another Mighty, which is fine. And then we can grab ourselves Bikeable here. And we have this Lightning Energy we could attach to the Bikeable and just Mighty. One slight issue with this deck is it can struggle to get its pieces in the discard, but generally it's fine. You have the Quick Balls and the Research, which just help that out. So we can Dynamotor. We're hitting for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so that's 220, I believe. So we can just stick that onto the Boltund here. And then just Volt Storm for a sizable amount of damage. And then we can just finish it off next turn with another Boltund. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get quite enough to be able to finish it off with a Bikeable. If you're ever in a spot where you can take a KO with a Bikeable, that's just really, really good, because you're just going, taking a KO for, like, for example, here, 3 prizes, and also item locking them. So hopefully we could maybe boss Ors the Moltres and KO it with Bikeable. You do see the Altaria, the one that searches supporters, so they're going to get something either probably for next turn or to draw into right now. Probably, I said they're going to be a draw supporter or boss's orders. And they are down 2 boss's orders, so they might not have anything left. We see another dark energy hitting the field onto that Victini. So now they're down a dark. They have 4 in play and then 2 fires. So probably have like 3 to 4 fires / Aurora energy. Index still. Maybe just 2 though, if we're lucky. But we see the Altair grabbing him something for next turn. Keep in mind, even if we do choose to Marnium, which we likely will, they will still be able to use, they can still draw into it with Altaria because it goes into the top of their deck. It's supposed to into their hand. And yeah, we see a Professor's Research. So likely just the KO by them. I'd be shocked if that's not the case. We see then Air Balloon hitting the Victini. And yeah, just the KO. But we're in a very favorable spot right here. They could kind of try to go in with Victini or something, but that wouldn't work out too well, probably. So we can attach the Speed Lightning Energy to this Bikeable here. We ourselves a couple of cards, and we do find a Cape of Toughness, which is very nice. We don't want to play any of these other cards here. We could like Halpad or Raihan or something, but that doesn't seem particularly great. So just a Marnie to hopefully maybe draw into a Quick Ball to discard some more Lightning Energy. You're down 3 Quick Balls, so not super likely, but possible, certainly. And the rest of these cards we don't want to play right now, so we can just Bolt Storm for the KO, dealing 190 damage right there, which is obviously very powerful. Taking our 3 prizes, we see a Lightning Energy, which is fine. We have the Research, and then we see 1 Marines, which is what we're looking for. And then the boss. So those were 3 very solid prizes. Just hoping they don't have a Tool Scrapper right here, and then we'll be completely fine. Or even worse, a Tool Jammer, because then that'll... Actually, I'm not sure if that's worse. We can Tool Scrapper away the Tool Jammer, but they obviously have the Air Balloon, so I wonder what exactly they're going to go into here. I'm assuming grab Minchino, which we're completely fine with. It's not serving any immediate threat. It just draws in cards, but we're well into the game at this point, so it's not a huge deal. Certainly could help them draw more, but not like they're looking for anything in the discard. They, I guess, are out of dark energy. but nothing crazy. See them just go to Flannery, which is interesting. They could have played, I guess, to remove our Speed Lightning, but that's like another reason we didn't pick the Stormy Mountains, although it didn't really matter. Maybe we should have, in case we had gotten Marnied, hit a Marie, and gotten it out with Stormy Mountains, but the fact that if we played it down would have told them that we didn't have any Mareep in deck, so they might have played differently then. So now's the moment of truth. If they have the Tool Scrapper, looks like they don't. They probably don't play it then. They could play it, I guess. The deck's actually very interesting. A lot of neat tech cards like the Flannery, which can be used because of the Altaria. But yeah, you just see the swing into us for the not quite enough damage. Overall, these cards here are very strong, and I think we should just retreat into the Michael. So do that right there. Boss's orders the Moltres. And just get a ton of energy back into play. And we can play down this Mareep as well. Attach a lightning energy to it, or honestly to the active Pokemon. Nah, to the Mareep's fine. Shouldn't really matter. Just paralyzing bolt right here. The cape could go on the active as well. That would mean we're kind of stuck there, but we can honestly attach lightning to deal with that. Stormy Mountains can get played here as well. Now that we have 3 Mareep in play, it's not giving them extra information, and only having 3 Mareep in play as opposed to 4 isn't a particularly huge deal either. It's not like 4 Mareeps. Honestly, realistic, it's very unlikely because you're just gonna then not have space for like your Boltons and Bike Bolts and stuff. Hopefully we don't get Marnied. They might have stacked Marnie last turn. Honestly, I don't remember. Okay, it does not say in the log. So I think they stacked. They were stacked research. So I definitely should be paying a little more attention to that. But they stacked the draw supporter, I believe. Marnie though disrupts our hand here. You see them stacking another supporter. So they're gonna stack a boss. In fact, which they're gonna get right here. So probably possibly a boss or on a Boltund or something like that. Now that they have the Chinchino, they can stack a supporter and then guarantee themselves that they draw into it. Boss on the Boltund, on the other Boltund, which I guess makes sense. It's not a particularly huge deal, though. I mean, we win. Because we have the boss's orders on either the Chinchino or Altaria. Honestly, here I'm just going to see how much energy I can get into play. I want to see, like, what's this deck's full potential. We didn't get, like, the most insane start, but it wasn't bad either. But let's see, how much are we hitting? Oh, we're hitting quite a bunch, though. Just boss's orders on this Chinchino here. And Bolt Storm for a game, hitting a whopping 250 damage just on a 2 prizer, even better than Zacian V. You saw the power of Boltund right there, and I'm excited to see you in the next video. I will probably have more content about this deck, and I will also have the link to the deck list and the video explaining the deck below. Tell me what you think about this, like the commentary and the type of video in general. Leave a comment down below. Also, I'd appreciate it if you like the video and subscribe to the channel. That really helps out. And see you guys next time.